stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure.
through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. Come on in. How you guys doing this morning? Hey, I'm so excited that you're here. Yeah, because we're going to talk about all kinds of cool stuff about manifesting and how manifesting actually works. Oh yeah. I'm going to give you some really, really good information. So, where should we start, you guys? I think it's a good place to start anytime. Is slow, deep breathing. Does that sound cool with you? I've got something from one of my classes, but let me go ahead and get it scrolling, even though we're not in class. There we go. Yeah, slow, deep breathing. Just to remind you, slow, deep breathing. So while you're spending time in here with me, you're feeling better. You are doing small activities, just like slow, deep breathing. If that's all you do the whole time that you're here, just slow, deep breathing, like, wow. Wow. To help you get into a natural state. So slow, deep breathing. Slow, deep breathing. And the cool thing is like, Kelly, is this going to be on the test? Slow, deep breathing. Is it going to be on the test? Everything that we do in here is in the direction of manifesting. Everything is in the direction of manifesting. I'm going to give you some really valuable information. So make sure you watch this again. You can share it as well, because I'm going to tell you some secrets. Like, once you find this out and you figure out how to let go and allow, everything changes. Everything changes. Because right now, being in a toroidal field that's spinning, let's think about this. A toroidal field that's spinning. If you create something, let's label it good. Let's be a little judgy. You create something, you label it good. You create something, you label it bad. Those things are like spinning around right now. Like opposing forces, if you will, as everything's being torn apart. So if we take a step back, instead of calling something good or bad, just, well, it was. Just allow it to be. Like, ooh. Everything changes. Everything changes. Because you never go away. If this reality goes away, you don't go away. Whatever you are, you don't go away. You just go do something else. And it's usually on a higher realm. This is pretty dense when you get here. The things that function really well have a lot of what I see as thick plasma. If you look in the air that the avatars breathe, it's like a thin plasma. The thinner the plasma. Okay, so we're having an experience that if we let go of it, everything lines itself up. We're just self-limiting. That's it. We're self-limiting through programs. So we're letting go of the programs. Hey, good morning, Ken. Come on in. We're doing slow, deep breathing right now. Manifesting the life of your dreams is, I guess, first of all, slow, deep breathing. Step number 1. Slow, deep breathing. You are changing your pace. You are doing something different. If you are continuing to consume, maybe you're not consuming something that's like so fast. Like scrolly. Oh, what did someone said something about, hey, Kelly, do you have an analog bag? Like, what? I think that's what they called it, an analog bag. Like, what do you mean? Like, something to do. Like, you've got a bag of either, some people will crochet or knit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love cross stitch. And I'm willing to work on projects for like long periods of time and just do, small amounts of stuff on a project. And then all of a sudden, like when my friend was telling me this, I went off into fantasy land, you guys. I completely went off into fantasy land of, holy crap. Like, I can go pick out a pattern, and a pattern that has all of these different types of stitches that I don't know, that I could learn. And go out there and pick one of the most complicated patterns I can find, simply to learn all the stitches in cross stitch, because I know a lot of them. And I got so excited fantasizing about cross stitching and even the type of bag to put it in. I couldn't believe that was happening to me. Like, I was genuinely like getting excited about something, getting excited about a project and getting again, what was it called? An analog bag. Like, holy crap. And that would be possibly a conversation starter if you were out and about. Wow. So I got excited about it, and it was like, this could be a thing in my life. This could truly be a thing in my life, is cross stitch. And somewhere in storage, I've got some things for cross stitch, but I thought, you know what? I want to start from scratch. I want to start from scratch, all new energy. Like me choosing brand new everything. Holy crap. Well, my mind's in a billion places right now. I'm so excited. Because I was sitting here going, what's the point? Am I the only one? Like, the fuck is the point of being here? Holy crap. And then to actually feel excitement talking about putting a cross stitch bag together. Wow. You guys, and I haven't bought anything yet. You know, it's just been on my mind of doing it. And it feels like things are improving. Someone else shared with me that they're coloring. Like have an adult coloring book, and as a, you know, a de-stressing technique, focusing technique to de-stress, or to get in a meditative state, let's say. Letting go, that they've been doing the coloring, and they're reporting back to me. You guys don't believe anything I say, go do your own research. But they're reporting back that they feel like they're more in the present now. How with all their stresses and everything, like they were not in the present moment. You know, they were in the past or the future or thereabouts. And that doing the coloring book, allow them to be in the present moment. So like, wow. I wanted to put tips out to you guys. And if you've got these techniques, you know, understanding it's not curing anything. If your coloring books go away, there goes your ability to de-stress. But in this, are you able to heal through this process? Is this, you know, coloring in a helpful way, helping you to become more present? But now that you are present, you don't need the coloring book for that. It's like you go color because you want to now, because it's fun, or an expression that like now you're overflowing and let's go color. Is coloring good or bad? It's like, what's our relationship with coloring? It helped me get out of a ditch when I was so stressed and so upset about the past and so worried about the future. I de-stressed and I was more in the present moment. Coloring. Not cool. So think about something that, you know, for me, it was the cross stitch and the fantasizing about the cross stitch and getting the hoops and, you know, how am I gonna, like, what kind of a bag am I looking for cross stitch? Should it be designed a certain way? Should it have certain pockets and dividers? And, you know, so I was just getting into, you know, the type of bag that I would put my cross stitch project in, like, and that spending that amount of time occupying my mind was so positive, thinking about something that I was passionate about. So what's like passionate for you guys? Oh, hey, Brian. Yes, I had the same thought the other day. What's the point of being here? Yeah, because we've been kind of like dictated a point from the beginning, right? Here's your the meaning in life is, you know, go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, or retire, expire, and, you know, and now you're looking at it going, what a crock of shit. Like, oh my gosh. So everything since childhood that we've been programmed to value, we're suddenly not seeing much of a value in it. It doesn't have to be what I'm talking about. Just anything, you guys. I mean, look around. What did we value that all of it's crumbling, like Hollywood and fame and beauty and all of that. And then now we're seeing it's just a handful of actors that played all the parts. And it was programming. All of it was programming the whole time. So then enjoying entertainment, going from being entertained to now how do I entertain myself, to let go of the need to be entertained. Now, see how you can meet yourself wherever you are? Let's not get all judgy, right? No judgment, criticism here. No fault, blame, guilt, shame. Those are the big ones. Let go of that shit when we look at it. What's the point? Because when you go from being dictated what the point is to I can do anything I want, do I find myself in need? Do I find myself in want? Do I find myself in obtaining things? I have it, like possession. I have to, like a force. Or I am the identifying. I am. Identifying with the illusion on the level of the matrix. And then the state of being you have before you get to the matrix. Like that state of being, joy, peace, abundance, prosperity, wealth, success. All of these begin before you get to the matrix. Isn't that good to know? Oh, I love you, Brian. Aw, Brian has an appointment, but he's all like, I'm gonna watch this later. Oh, I better make it worth watching. How to manifest the life of your dreams. Well, where did you get the idea that we're in an apocalypse? Let's kind of look at that. Where did we get this apocalypse idea? Do we listen to a certain person, a certain group of persons? Where did this information come from? That it's the apocalypse. Where did this information come from? Was it told to you? Was it a part of an education? And what is an education, you guys? Education is merely programming. Anything that you do out there that has the word education attached to it is programming. It's like engineering education. Okay. You're programming someone to build bridges a certain way, to build houses a certain way. You're programming. Isn't that exciting to know? That everything out there is simply an influence. An influence. And a lot of you that find me here tend to stand out that you can't be programmed. Now, when you can't be programmed, do you find you have issues in the third dimension? Is that a nice way to put it? Life is perfect. Ooh, I like that, Shay. I like that. I like that as a first step. Definitely is an awesome first step. Now let's look at. And thank you for being the guinea pig, Shay. She's like, if I keep putting the comments out there, Kelly keeps giving me these helpful ideas to heal. So as a, I don't know, chanting, or what do you call it, Shay? Like positive reinforcement, speaking it out loud, or writing it over and over and over. These methods of like repetitive thoughts. My life is perfect right now. My life is perfect right now. And what does that do? Let's get down to like the mechanics of it, because this is exciting to know that that's one method to do it, Shay. But you don't have to be stuck in that method, if that makes sense. Okay, I think you're gonna like this. I think you're gonna like this. Okay, you start out with, "Oh my gosh, my life's a mess." I'm not saying Shay's life is a mess, by the way. I'm just kind of throwing that out. Like I hear things like this. "Oh, my life is a mess." Okay, so instead of me just continuing to do the same things over and over and over and over, I'm going to stop myself, and in the mind, the place of the mind, in the matrix, I'm going to think of this body as being real for the moment, just for this one step, temporarily, right now. I'll look myself in the mirror because I think this body exists. I go look in the mirror and repeat to myself, "I'm good enough and I'm smart enough, and my golly, people like me." And that's a fantastic method for stopping the madness, for interrupting all the programs that keep spinning. Like it could be a good way, Shay, to let go. Well, let's look at these concepts, though. My life, meaning I think I am the avatar. My life is perfect right now. And with a toroidal field that spins, anything that looks like perfection starts to degrade and come apart. And then we try to hold it together. And I don't. Okay, this is my opinion, by the way, Shay. It's like, I don't see perfection in any of this except for letting go and observing nature do its thing. You know what? This reminds me of the Angelina Jolie movie, Life, or something like it. My life is perfect right now. Oh my gosh, Shay, my opinion. I think you would love that movie. I think you would love that movie. But I don't know. Go watch it. I don't know where you can watch it, you guys. I know you can pay for it somewhere, but I don't know if it's for free anywhere. It was on Netflix or somewhere recently, and I saw it. Dadgummit, I can't remember where that was. I'm sorry. I don't remember where it is, but yeah, it's just like, my life is perfect right now. So in these ideas of my life is perfect right now, at the moment when it seems like everything is so unsorted, being in the place of it's all perfect is very helpful in letting go and allowing things to get sorted. But then, again, let's not look at this method as, is it good or bad? What is my relationship with it? Like, you know what? That day that I was having that kind of a day, that was a fantastic method for getting me out of the ditch. It was so helpful for me. But if I try to continue perfection, I will constantly be in a state of disappointment. I will continually be in disappointment. That's what I see happening to that energy. Does that make sense, Shay? Like, it looks like a wonderful temporary way of letting go and a focusing technique for letting go. But for the long term, it doesn't make sense in a toroidal field that keeps, turning and spinning. That it's going to be so hard to hold on to after a while. It's going to become a burden, and it's going to be really hard to just be.
Anyway, I don't know if that made sense. So ICWA Kelly, good morning. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. I think I am. I think I'm well. I'm pretty sure. So far, we'll see. Oh, Shay. Oh, maybe imagine what it would feel like. Hey, and Shay, like own that step right now. Don't be like, oh, well, instead of that, what should I do? Unless you want to, And then I'm all for like, hey, go straight to the God bubble and look at this thing. In the God bubble position, you created Avatar Shay. Puppy, seriously, shh, shh. So from the God bubble perspective and you creating Avatar Shay, everything changes. In the God bubble, Shay, like seriously, you created feelings and emotions and shit. You created plasma, you created potential. I know I'm skipping a lot because you created a lot of shit. You created all of that. You created people, entities, Pleiadians, the fucking Draconians and bullshit like that. Like you did all that. That is a completely different position than I am the avatar and let me feel. And the cool thing, Shay, is you don't have to force a feeling when you go and change perspectives. You notice that after you change your perspective, the feeling changes. And you observe that. Does that make sense? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? And all of these are little baby steps. At any time, you can jump into the God bubble perspective and look at it. You're like, oh, I created that. It's like, I'm stuck in this because there's a force that I cannot see that's keeping me from doing it. That force you cannot see is another character that you created. So when you get up in the God bubble, I was mad at the beginning, but then I was like, well, fuck, this is funny from up here. Like, shit. Like that Avatar Kelly, she's getting all bent out of shape over this stupid shit. That's funny. And when you change perspectives, everything changes for you, Shay. And that's all it is a change in perspective and practice. That you look at Avatar Shay from the perspective of God, where you created. Oh, wait. Shay, not to brag on you or anything. This is like everybody. Hold on, I have pictures of you. I have baby pictures of you. I know. It's like, where'd you get those, Kelly? I drew them. I'm cool like that. There's Shay. Here's you as a baby, like doing the God thing, and then you created this plasma field, and then you had feelings and emotions, which fancier words than that, like vibrations and frequencies and shit. Like you did that. You created toroidal fields. I'm sorry to show your. I forgot to ask permission before showing your baby picture, Shay. Sorry about that. So I didn't think you'd mind though. So there you are as a toroidal field. Isn't that fucking cool? Like you're playing these roles. Like in that toroidal field, you create pure white light consciousness. That's the first place you see it. Pure white light consciousness bubbles, and they're all bubbles. Bubbles of potential. Each bubble, think of like the skin, that's usually like on planet Earth, it's soap, like a soap bubble. Like think of that part as plasma. And there's a ton of it coming out of like the top of this toroidal field right there. There's a ton of those plasma bubbles coming out. So you're like in a position of God, if you will, that's putting out all of these potential bubbles to be the potential of anything. And you can apply feelings and emotions to all of that, all those bubbles that come out of you. So you're creating this eyeball over here at the top, like the top right. It's like you've got the iris on the eyeball. And I was like, wait, this is Earth. I'll call this Earth. Woo, we're having a good time. So while you're doing this, you create all the characters and everything with all of these consciousness bubbles. You're the one that did all that.
So from that position, you experience everything. And then bottom left, you start looking into the matrix. And when you look into the matrix, it creates a copy of what you're doing, planet Earth, that experience. It creates a copy. And then you get into like this prison. And then that kind of outlines how you get down to the avatar in that. I don't know if this is helpful, Shay. This is you in creating shit. It's like I'm bragging on you. And then you create like the soul with all those emotions, emotion bubbles and all that. And then you created like this grid system is gone. The grid system in the matrix. Link to that. Congratulations. Good job, you. And then you created these avatars. And then you started playing the character so much you thought you were the character. This reminds me a lot of The Nines. That movie, The Nines. When I watch that, it's like, oh my God. Oh my me. Oh my me. Ah, holy crap. Oh, hey, Shay. Oh, in the God bubble, I'm thinking I'm God and I create everything. Yes. Yeah. It's a perspective change. And focusing technique at the beginning, it would scare other people and some cats and dogs. But you, a focusing technique is you just start talking as if you're God. It's like, okay, and you can do this with your eyes closed if you want to. Okay, I'm God. Just narrate your own experience. I'm God. I'm looking down at the avatar. Oh, her hair looks so good today. She combed it. And she curled it. Yeah, good job, Avatar Kelly. Yeah, I created that. So, and just have fun with it. If you can laugh, it's helpful. Because when you laugh, everything is easier. So you narrate the experience. Looking down at Avatar Shay. Look at her down there getting all bent out of shape about stuff. Isn't she cute? She gets mad. Like when she gets all frustrated, when she like stomps around and stuff. It's adorable. I'm just talking about myself. Perspective change. And that's a way for you to change your perspective. Isn't that cool? And then you just practice that. You just do it over and over and over. From the God bubble perspective. You can even do it from the higher self perspective. Like the higher self is on the level of... Oh, here it is. The higher self is on the level of the gold. So you've got the black that people call source. The black light with all the colors. And then the white light is awareness, and awareness only in this prism, only in this video game. Does that make sense? So you get to the highest level of like, the white light and everything. Well, yay. White light can't travel outside of this prism. So it only exists inside of this video game. It doesn't exist outside of it. Like when you rack up a bunch of points on some digital video game, and then you go run an errand, and that score doesn't even exist. So source, that we think is like the source of everything, is a copy of the eyeball experience. The white light is the awareness, and the gold light you might call your higher self. And the gold light, because of this very specific way of creating Earth, the gold that creates all the stuff down below is given a specific set of instructions. Create Avatar Kelly. Create Avatar Kelly this way. Give her 5 cow licks. Yeah, 5. You heard me. 5. 2 on the top. One on each side. Yeah. Yeah, do it. Do it. It'll give her character. Shit like that. So that's written in the book of Create Kelly Avatar. So we get up in the higher self, and it's like, I'm going to get rid of those cowlicks. I'm sorry, this is a terrible example. I'm going to get rid of those cowlicks up here. Fuck those fucking cowlicks. In the 80s, it was okay. But when the hairstyle changed, it just didn't work anymore. They're hard to hide. Oh, the banana clips. So we get in this higher self position to where, like, oh, we're gonna push and pull from up here. So you start going against what's written, because I'm getting rid of those cowlicks, and cowlicks were written into it. So now you're on a higher level than the avatar, but you're still spending an incredible amount of that white light awareness in this video game to do that, to make changes. Now, since you made changes that aren't like the original blueprint, now you gotta maintain that. That's expensive. It's like a lot of white light there with high interest rate. So you can look from the higher self position. But when we get into the higher self, most people push and pull to get up there. Like when you lay down your head at night, you go to sleep. Are you in the higher self? No. Because your energy was very low in the first place. You pushed and pulled your way up there. And so when you're at rest, you're not healed. And not in that position. See, when you naturally find yourself in that gold position, you're healed to the point that you know that pushing and pulling is just pushing and pulling yourself. Because in that place, you can just let go of everything, and in a state of being, you can experience all of it from the higher self position. Instead of, look at me, I'm going to fuck you up now. Because fuck you, that's why. Like Gen X getting into the higher self and going, all that stuff that I threatened before, I'm going to follow through. Yeah. Supernatural payback. So, and then we're pushing and pulling. We'll never get out of the matrix. It makes for cool movies and a cool generation, but you're not going to get out of the matrix. Gen X fighting. So how do you change the stars? You don't. You let go of the stars and them having any control over you. And you find yourself in a place where you created the concept of stars. And while you're in that place, you don't worry about the details. You just heal. And when you're healed and you create the stars are in completely different places. Isn't that good to know? You don't have to go fling the stars around. Like if you start moving stars around and change your stars and shit like that, you still have to maintain that, and it takes a lot of white light energy in the matrix. Isn't that good to know? And the whole thing, you're powering it. You're powering it with like your eyeball. See, the matrix, it's just sitting there minding its own business. And then you start looking into it. And then remember the white light, pure white light consciousness bubbles come out of the eye. So you're powering the matrix. You're powering it. See, this is how reality is created. This is how reality is created. You've got pyramids. These pyramids in all different forms and dimensions and so forth. These pyramids that you see all over the planet. Think of another pyramid being below it, pointed in the other direction. Okay. And then if you take those, and let's say you take the skeleton of the pyramid, and you have the bases together, and you just kind of push through the base, you got a Merkaba. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was going to talk about a Merkaba today, and I don't have a picture of the Merkaba. But because we're just talking about this for now. So you've got this pyramid, and the base of the pyramid has 4 sides. And anything that's 4-sided creates the third. So it's 4-sided. I've got to tell you this before I forget, you guys. Don't do what I'm about to tell you to do. I'm making it up. I didn't do what I'm about to say. I didn't do it. I'm just telling you the plot line to the project. But don't do what I'm telling you, because I'm just making it up. I did not actually do this. Okay, so here's how the plot line goes for the movie book. So I was outside. I'm saying it as if it's the script, like the character. So I was outside, and the sun was close to setting. So I thought, let me look at the sun. It doesn't hurt as bad as when it's in the middle of the day, and I can look for longer. So I looked for the longest time, and I saw a pattern of honeycomb. But the pattern of honeycomb that I saw was not like bees and that type of a honeycomb. The honeycomb that I saw was honeycomb shapes, 6-sided, but more like soap bubbles, when you get a lot of bubbles together, and bubbles of all different sizes, like you're taking a bubble bath. And when the bubbles touch each other, it creates a flat surface area. See, it's spherical in nature until 2 bubbles touch, and then the surface is flat that they share. So at full capacity, and there are exceptions, I've seen more sides and I've seen less. But naturally, it's really hard to hold more than 6 sides when you put a bunch of bubbles together and all of the sides are flat, as like in a bubble bath. So you'll see a lot of 6 sides, but they are naturally shaped. They're not perfectly spaced and so forth. Bigger bubbles, smaller bubbles. That's what the sky looked like. Remember, I'm just making all of this up. So with the eyes of the avatar looking into the sun and seeing honeycomb, there was honeycomb shape in the round part of the sun. And then the sky was then filled with bubbles of all sizes, and I could see where they were all touching and creating the hexagons, the 6-sided natural shapes that you would find in nature or bubble or a bubble bath. And it was, the whole sky was filled with it, with the actual eyes of the avatar. And that's my made-up story about a plot line for a movie. So I'm just making all this up. It's for entertainment purposes only. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, because I was going to tell you that. Okay. So you've got the pyramid that has the base that has 4 sides. That creates the 3rd dimension. So think about what you're going to see next as I'm kind of like at the base of the pyramid. At the bottom, like on my back, looking up at the top of the pyramid. And you see reality being created, almost like projected on the sides of the pyramid. This is not exact. This is just showing you the concept of what's going on, as best as I can figure out to do with AI. So you've got a pyramid that divides everything into 4. This is how our 3rd dimension is being created. That's why this isn't sustainable. On a toroidal field that keeps turning, it's not sustainable. So we've got 4 different overlaid realities to create the third dimension. Did I say that correctly? Hey, Brianna, good to see you. So the giants build the Egyptian pyramids. Oh, I thought the aliens did it. Yeah, and what is an alien really? Because we gotta like throw the concept of alien out there. And what do we really mean by aliens? Aliens like the ones that are going to eat us. I think I'm going to refill my tasty beverage. And a giant what's? Shay, that made so much sense. Shay, giant what's? Giant what's? Anytime I look at the pyramids and the ones that are guarding the down below, all the tunnels down below, not necessarily the tunnels that are the cities below the cities. You know how you build a city on top of a city? Like when everything is like covered in some form of mud, you build on top of that. And you keep maintaining the city below. It's underground. And then there's tunnels, and then things go on in the tunnels. But when you get down a little bit farther, everything starts to change. And at that point, you get to the blue beings. And the blue beings are not actual beings that are there. They are projections or holograms that seem very, very real. These blue beings. I'm not talking about these right here that like built everything. This is what's left. Like when the blue beings may or may not be there at the entranceway. But they've got this holographic generated blue guy. They're really tall. They're really tall, and it's like it's not a direct quote, but hey, what would you like to know? You know, what are all these secrets to the universe that you want to know? And these blue beings, because they are the type of beings that know a whole lot, and they created all of this stuff, they've got a lot of information. So at that point, if you've made it to that place, they will talk to you. And again, this is just like a computer interacting with you as a holographic being. It's AI. It's all AI driven. So you get down there, and you know you're used to interacting with technology and so forth. So you're like, I have all these questions. Why this? Why that? What really happened? Are the Pleiadians as cool as they say they are? Like, so you ask all of the questions, all the things you wanted to know. It's like, hey, when Bobby broke up with me in 8th grade, I want to know. So when you interact with them, it's a never ending, because you and like your human body, human curiosity, thinking you are this avatar, and you got lots of questions for these ancient beings that can tell you about millions of years of this, that, and the other. And they don't just tell you that information. It's like you live it. It's very rich and very deep. They don't just sit there and talk to you. Although you do hear as part of it. It's more like you get into the experience and experience it as if you are there. Does that make sense? So you could really get caught up in the technology. Like you could be experiencing 10,000 years, and then you come back and it was only 10 minutes. And you get hooked on information. But that's all you're getting is all of this information. And it's a distraction. Because when you go past these blue beings, and they don't try to stop you, by the way. Just remember that. If you're remote viewing, what's wrong, puppy? when you're remote viewing and stuff. I mean, even if they say something, they can't stop you. The blue beings are sometimes when these bodies are no longer moving on planet Earth. See what I'm talking about here? When they're no longer moving and you go to the other place, there's a blue guy that's trying to distract you to go into a tunnel and to get reincarnated, shit like that. And come over here and all. Those are blue guys. And these are all distractions. Anytime a blue guy shows up, it's a distraction. It's like, what's really going on? So when there's an unaliving and the blue guys, oh, come over here. Don't do it. Don't go down a corridor, a door, hallway, tunnel, nothing. Don't go anywhere. Don't ask for directions. Nothing. Okay. And when the blue guy shows up, when you're physically under the pyramids, and there's all this Egyptian looking stuff, statues and blue guys, and it looks like, oh, this is an ancient place that has all kinds of information and stuff. Don't get distracted. Keep going, because right past the blue guys, past the blue guys, where you have all these experiences, is another entrance. And when you go into that entrance to what's below that, and the tunnels below, you're getting into a place where it's already thicker plasma. So the plasma starts to thicken, but you can still breathe it. But at that point, there's what you've been calling gravity doesn't exist anymore, and through thought you move. So you're still allowed to create the third dimension and interact with the plasma at the same time. Isn't that cool? Because you're finding the more and more, the thicker the plasma gets, the less necessary your body is. There's no necessity for the body anymore when you get into thicker plasma, because you suddenly realize I'm creating everything around me, including this limited body. And I'm in a place where I can exist in multiple forms at the same time in this plasma. And that's going underground, under all the pyramids, under all the sphinxes that I have remote viewed, and don't believe anything I say. Go do your own research. When I remote view under these things, there's tunnels. Again, with the first tunnels you get to look very man-made, like big men, very, very tall and big men, but it looks man-made. When you get down to the place where you start seeing the plasma, it's crystalline in structure and everything is made of light. You go down to a place that feels like it's underwater, but it's crystalline cities, and you've got foliage and sidewalks and all, where you don't have to be stuck to anything. Like, there's no such thing as gravity. But you can choose to walk down a pathway if you like. There are, I should do some AI pictures of this, and so it looks more natural, like when you go into like natural caves, which what is nature but inside another come here, inside another organism. That's natural, right? Natural caves, because the caves that you find are just like, well, like say hollowed out blood vessels and so forth of a larger being when you go into a cave. So these down below, more natural looking, and some of them are 100 miles wide or more, some 50 miles wide, and there are others that are smaller, larger. So you've got these huge craft or ships that are enormous that go through. They can only go through the larger tunnels that are 100 miles wide and so forth. And they're very natural. And, oh, wait a minute, I've got a picture. It doesn't look exactly like this, but this is real close. If I can find it. Please tell me it's on this page. Oh, fuck. Really? Did I get rid of those pictures? No. Why did I do that? No. I did get rid of the pictures, you guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what page I have them on, actually. Oh. Anyway. So, very Lemurian looking. Like if you go to Google and you look up Liberia, that's a lot like what this looks like. Those natural caves and stuff, and that's all underground. Like again, you get past the man-made looking stuff with bricks and so forth, and then you get into the natural tunnels. So it looks almost like everything is underwater, but it's in a thick, heavy plasma. Now you can, for people who are kind of new to the plasma, because with the plasma there's no gravity. If you want to experience gravity, you choose it. You choose that as an experience. But those that come, let's say, from the surface and go down are used to gravity, and they're scared to just kind of walk off of a cliff and hover somewhere. So there are these platforms that they come and greet them on these platforms, and they're not enclosed or anything, but they've got like a bar that you can hold on to if you like on these platforms, and the platforms will take you around. But let's say you fall off of the platform, you don't truly fall, you don't go anywhere. So it's just for the feelings and emotions, if you will, of a person it's to make them feel better about the experience. And it's getting them used to the idea of hovering. But there are these craft and ships of all types, some fully, mechanically based, and some are lenticular crafts that exists in up to, 3 dimensions or more at the same time, large and small. They're all doing something different, and they're going through the tunnels in a very organized way. I don't see like here on planet Earth how you've got your stop signs and stoplights and all that, and you yield to the right of way and so forth. There was a system that was in place that I couldn't easily tell what was going on, but maybe it was more like a school of fish where they didn't need to be told where to go. They just know where to go. Like a school of fish working together, but it seemed to be all this transportation that was going on in and out of all of these tunnels that went everywhere, all over the place. And I was like, are we truly inside of a larger body here? And it's like, what is that movie, you guys, where what are you complaining about? Do you want some pumpkin spice latte? Is that what's going on? You want some pumpkin spice latte? I knew it. We give her some pumpkin spice latte. So when you go below, what it reminds me of, was it Journey into the Center of Somebody's Body? What was the inside planet Earth or whatever, where you're inside of a body, this large body. Okay, let's get you some pumpkin spice latte. Yes, here's your pumpkin spice latte. Oh, I know, you're so spoiled. You are spoiled. Yes, you are spoiled with your pumpkin spice latte. Here we go. Here we go. She's already had a treat this morning that I don't want to say because she'll want another one. There you go. Pumpkin spice latte. There you go. There's your pumpkin spice latte. I'm gonna warm up my drink, you guys. Is this making sense? It does. It feels like you go into a body, and there's all of these craft and things living along the surface of the caves. These houses and foliage and sidewalks and stuff are along the edges of all the caves down there. Like you would think stuff that was going on with bacteria and all inside of a body. Like we're doing that shit. But it's in plasma. So as above, so below. It doesn't matter where you're having the experience. Is that good, puppy? Well, excuse me. I'm gonna go. I want a drink. I don't have pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I don't. That would be so cool. But I don't have pumpkin spice latte. So consider yourself spoiled. Yeah, you are spoiled rotten. Spoiled completely rotten. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, sometimes there is, but not at the moment. There we go. Oh, Mindy, thank you. Oh, let's see. Oh, there we go. Woo! You giant people. So we look at beings that created a system of altering the third dimension by putting all of these pyramids all over the damn place. And these pyramids, again, are at the top of all of these tunnels that go down into the ground. Is that a coincidence? Feeding off of the energy of the third dimension that's created. And again, let me show you how this is done. Oh, and I've got some other pictures too. But let me show you these first. So you've got all these pyramids. These are AI pictures that I created. Did you like that? That was good, wasn't it? Yeah. So you've got the pyramids that are created, and you've got the four sides that create the third dimension. So when this reality is created, check it out. This is if you're inside of the pyramid looking up at the top of the pyramid. So you've got four kinds of realities that are being created at one time, if you will, overlapping to create this experience. And you find this out when you let go. And you get into, like, let's say the actual fourth dimension, which is just a computer program, animated computer characters that are running around. That's the astral plane. What's the fourth dimension? So this is how the reality that we find ourselves in. So what's in the middle? It's the projector. The projector's in the middle, that white light. But isn't that white light God? Oh. Yeah, Puppy agrees. So our reality is being created in four directions. So let's go over to I think I put it over here. Sorry if I'm trying to. Oh, here it is. Yep. Okay. There we go. So we got reality going in four directions. And it's being created in its purest form towards the center, or where it comes out of. And then it gets more distorted the farther away it gets. And it gets more unclear. Just showing you what I've seen. Wait, did I put the same one twice? Probably. Yes, I did. There we go. Okay. Puppy, seriously. Chill. You got your pumpkin spice latte. You're spoiled beyond imagination. Do you just want attention? Do you want hugs? Do you want mommy hugs? What do you want? What do you want? My sweetie? How about you go rest for a while? How about you go to your plants and rest? She might need a potty break. That might be what's going on, is a potty break. Do you guys mind if I go take her on a potty break and come back and hold on. Come over here where there's some music. Hey, how about if I put this up here for like I won't say luck, but put that energy up while I go to on a potty break with Puppy. Sorry about that, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Oh, hi, Kelly. Very grateful for you. Oh, been so busy at work. I've been meaning to email you at your convenience, girl. I can't make it to mentorship. No worries. We can get together. Just Let me know when you got 5 minutes somewhere. I'll see what time works for you. Yeah, yeah. Hey, just throw me your times. I'm in mountain time. I'm like mountain time, if that matters. So, and we can get together. No rush. No rush. Thank you. I don't want to say the words. They're on the way. Those seem to satisfy her so much. Should be there around the 21st. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Ken. We've got, I can't say the words to you. They're on their way. Yes, they're on their way. Oh my God, she loves those. She absolutely loves those. So thank you, Ken. Thank you. So I'm going to go take a potty break. Should I put up, would you rather have this than a picture of puppy? Because this is going to like change everything. This is going to like help in manifesting. So we'll do that. All right, you guys, I will play a song and I'll be right back. Guys, it's me, Kelly. Oh my gosh, I see 2 8s, 8 and an 8. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. 8 and an 8. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. Taking Puppy on a potty break. Okay, Pumpkin. See, thank you. Puppy, she's sitting there staring at me. All right, you guys. Ooh, that got my heart thumping. Ooh. Ooh. All right. So is this making sense in manifesting? That we're looking at letting go and allowing in the manifesting department. Letting go and allowing. So in this, going below ground and having tunnels and all kinds of stuff below the surface. As if. Okay, wait a minute. Is it over? Hold on, let me see if this is it. Yep, there it is. Okay. So when we look at this, let's pretend like this is a thing. We're having an eyeball experience on the iris. And we've got all of these pyramids all over the damn place attached to tunnels that look very natural that go below. Okay. I'm not saying we're on a giant eyeball or anything, but could we be on a giant eyeball? And then when we go below, holy shit, you guys. Fuck. Oh my God. I mean, I see this like, holy crap. So now what does go within? If we find ourselves as an individual on the iris of an eyeball, we are in the matrix. This good news day, by the way. We're in the matrix. This is just you figuring out where am I today? I'm in the matrix. Do I find myself in pure white light consciousness? You know, still in an illusion, but in the toroidal field. You know, where do I find myself playing this game? So if you find yourself as an individual character, Avatar Kelly, Avatar Shay, Avatar Ken, if we find ourselves as individuals, we are in the oops. We're in the matrix where there's awareness, because awareness is only given wherever you're looking. There's only so much of it. You don't see any plasma, anything like that. No spheres. Everything is forced into. Oh, wait a minute. I got a video. I forgot where I parked it. Hold on. I've got a video that's so freaking cool. Okay, not here. Gosh, I hope I can find this. Puppy. So this one, nope. Dadgummit. Hold on. Where did I put the... Okay, did I park you here? Sorry about all the different pictures, you guys. I'm trying to find... Oh! Okay, that so was not it, but that was cool. Okay, is it here? Nope. Oh my God. I swear I put it in here. Where did I put it? Not here. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm so sorry it's taking so long for me to find this. Oh God. Okay.
now look at it. It's almost right beside us.
Not what I was looking for, but that was cool. Oh, fuck. It's... Oh, my God. Oh, there's none there. Girl, go to your plants. Oh, my God. Calm down. I can't find it. Surely I did not delete it. Oh, my God. This is not happening. No. Oh, found it. Oh my God, I found it on the last one. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I am so sorry it took so long for me to show that to you. Holy crap. Okay, so when you've got my... What was your point, Kelly? I forgot my point. Completely forgot my fucking point. What was my point? When you've got a matrix going on, which is not on this page, the matrix has edges and sides, like this, like a cube. So when you put a bubble, which is what we do naturally, when you put a bubble inside of the cube, the matrix, look at all these patterns that are created. Like, you can stop it and do screenshots and stuff. Those patterns are really familiar. It looks like 70s art. I did my share of that. Sitting there nailing all the nails in to the wood, because you have to nail them in like just a certain height. So this is what we do when we come into the matrix, is we take something we were doing naturally in this expansion, if you will. We're expanding. Well, now things are getting really complicated, are they? So think about this in like a pyramid. Think about how many pyramids can you fit in here? You have a pyramid on each side, has a pyramid that goes into the center, and they touch at the middle. How many pyramids can you get in there in one of these boxes? Hey, you guys, this is good news. This is good news. Isn't that so cool? I know it does. That was years ago, Shay. That cloud. Yeah. Isn't this cool? That's all we're doing. We're doing something natural, but we gave it limits. And when we gave it limits and rules, this is how it played out. And that's all we're doing, is experiencing how it's played out. But I'll tell you this, no matter what is going on out there, if you got your feelings and emotions right here is where we heal to get to this place, you guys. When you heal to get to this place and you create, no matter what your creation looks like, whether it ends up looking like this or not, it's peaceful, or abundant, or prosperous, successful, and wealthy, and healed and healthy, joyous and happy. Just a few of my faves. Isn't that, you guys, it's Good News Day. Every day is Good News Day because I can't find anything in all of creation that doesn't respond to feelings and emotions that created. Feelings and emotions every time. Every time. Are mindfulness exercises good? Are they bad? I don't like to judge. Instead of good or bad, how about, did it help me to get out of the ditch to do a mindfulness exercise? And now that I did a mindfulness exercise, the mind being in the matrix, there is no mind until you get into a matrix. That is the matrix, it's the mind. Like playing a video game in the mirror. Isn't that cool to know? Isn't that awesome? So then, if we practice mindfulness, clearing the mind, controlling the mind, at that point, when you start feeling better, let's entertain the concept of let's let go of the mind. Where do we find ourselves when we let go of the mind? I'll show you where I find you guys when you let go of the mind and you go up here. This is the eyeball with pure white light consciousness, plasma bubbles. This is the best that I could do with the AI and Canva. So this is really close to what it looks like, but not perfect. So just remember that, you guys. So this is pure white light consciousness that's coming out. No pyramid. Now, when you see the symbols of the pyramid, let's see if I've got an example. Here we go. Okay. So anytime that you see an idea of a pyramid and an eye at the top of the pyramid, you know where I'm going with this one? When you see an eye at the top of a pyramid, when you see an eye, that's just you looking at this experience from this perspective. I got your all-seeing eye right here. Isn't that good news, you guys? You are the all-seeing eye. What relaxes on the avatar's body when you realize that it's just you observing yourself playing a video game? Like, oh my God. Now, you guys, this is a simulation as well. Everything's a simulation. You know, like you're in the hologram room. You're on the holodeck. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? When you let go of the mind, you find yourself here having all of these experiences at one time. Isn't that cool? See, and this is what we've been searching for. But we found ourselves in one of the characters way down there on planet Earth, being that Iris. Like Avatar Kelly. Oh, shit. She has like self-awareness. Instead of me experiencing Avatar Kelly and all the avatars from an observation standpoint, I put that video game into a pyramid, into the matrix, a mind, a mental construct that's layered with mental constructs, because that's all the dimensions are a construct of the mind, and they're different levels of mental constructs. Did I say that in a way that made sense in English? Okay, there's a picture. There we go. Okay, so the matrix in general is the mind, and every level, if you want to call them dimensions, every dimension that exists in the matrix is a different mental construct. Like up there in the gold and stuff, that's the mind up there is completely different than, I don't know, randomly pick a color down there where you find yourself right now. Right? It's not exactly how it works, but if you laugh during this process, it helps. So the dimensions, it's like, oh, we're going to go from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Yeah, fuck the fourth dimension. These are just mental constructs. There's just one level and one layer of the entire mind, which is this matrix pyramid. But, hold on. But we're having crap. There it is. We're having one of these experiences inside of a matrix grid. Now remember the shape with the matrix grid. Remember that shape. We're going to go over here. I hope you're following the pictures and it's helpful. Here it is, right there. Okay, so look at the very bottom. I drew it just in a two-dimensional way, but think of that in 3 dimensions. That's what we're doing. That's where we find ourselves. Your natural shape is round. Your natural shape is round. This is good news, Dave, by the way. Your natural shape is round. So when shit like this happens, so let's look at this. So you've got the surface area. And that's all we're dealing with is the surface area of a sphere. That when you expand going outward, what happens to the surface area? You guys, isn't this good news? Isn't this good news? You're creating multiple, very complex realities. You are completely examining every bit of the surface area of your sphere. Let's think of this as God and the surface area being everything that could possibly happen. all this potential. Now, when you look at quantum physics and all, you look at like potential waves, the potential to be. Well, does it be unless you look at it? Isn't this cool looking at this? You start kind of remembering, don't you? When you look at this, is it helpful to put that up there? Isn't this beautiful to know? That this world that we create for ourselves, the farther out we go and the more complex, the more confused it looks like we get in the matrix. See where when you discover one thing, there's 10,000 more that you haven't. Everything multiplies to the point where you've got to start all over again from the very beginning. So a lot of people would ask, how do I break out of this? You don't break out of this. You just realize that this is a mental construct. These are your own self-limitations. Because as a sphere, there's no reason to expand in the first place because you're just a plasma bubble. And in that plasma bubble is the potential to be anything and everything in all of creation, like on the God bubble level. Every bubble that comes out is an exact copy of the God bubble. There's a potential to be all kinds of cool shit. There's no reason to expand. Because every one, no matter what size the bubble is, contains anything and everything in all of creation, copy of the God bubble. Wow, didn't that feel better to know that? Unless you're in Texas and size matters. But, you know, that's when you start getting like into the details. And we're way past the bubble at that point. We picked our limitations. Wow. But isn't it cool that we did this? I mean, aren't you glad you did this? Is that kind of how your life feels right now? Kind of like this right here? Like, oh, what the fuck, Kelly? I know, right? Wow. Doesn't that explain a lot? And then we sit here looking at all these patterns. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how we figure stuff out, right? We look at, where did I park this? Turtle field, sine wave. Let me check the sine waves. Let me see if it's over here, you guys. Let me go back. Yes, it is. Okay. So you've got, you know, the sine waves. Sine, S-I-N, like sin. Separation from God. What is God? This is creating a toroidal field, and the toroidal field creates this. Because what is this? That looks very flat, doesn't it? This is what's really going on. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that good to know? And so again, look at this and say, don't worry about symbols or anything. We're just looking at pictures. Just look at the pictures. Sorry about the symbols that are on there. Sorry about that. But look at the different perspectives. What is your perspective? Well, everything's the circle. What is your perspective? Oh my gosh, it's this constant roller coaster. What is your perspective? Woo, I just keep spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. What is your perspective? I'm looking down there at my creation that I created with sine waves. Whoa, game changer, right? When you look at this stuff from different perspectives of I created that. Not this is what created me. Ooh. Doesn't this feel better when you're looking at these pictures from that perspective? If I did this, I might have forgotten the symbols. That's okay. I'm sitting here enjoying the pictures of my creation, knowing that every single one of these is a spiral, and to have an experience that we're having. Now, did you notice? I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. We're going to do assumed sides. With this, how many sides are there? There's 4 sides where you see something projected on 4 sides. You know where I'm going with this, right? It's like, oh, Kelly, oh, I see it now. I see it now. See how this creation, when you're doing this, you could be from the perspective where you see all 4 sides at the same time. What were we just looking at, you guys? How is this reality created? Oops, sorry. When we start with the pyramid, the matrix. This is the mind matrix. Here's your mind matrix right here. So we've got these pyramids, and the base has 4 sides on it. So think of you being inside of the pyramid, looking up at the top of the pyramid. And this is what you see, reality projected on the 4 sides of the pyramid. And here's your reality generators right here, are the pyramids. Now, this is how it's being done in the first place. But see how the pyramids are capitalizing on it? These are realities that are being created that we're experiencing right now. But again, here's the good news. It's based on your feelings and emotions. So are you healed? Then this is probably working out for you. Isn't that cool? Isn't that so cool, you guys? So when we go over here to these sine waves, there we go, that create our reality. So all of these are different sizes and in different places. I call it an extruder because I think about pasta. How pasta, if you haven't seen how pasta's made on YouTube, it's way cool. Look at the factories, or if you're doing it homemade. It's fascinating. It is to me. And that's kind of how I see this, is these shapes that are created that we just looked at. Isn't that so cool, you guys? Did you see most of these shapes in creating the matrix? So then we pick, I'm just making this up, by the way. I'm going to pick 4 on this page. And, I'm going to focus my energy through these different symbols, because you could do that. You can do that, by the way. You just kind of stare at it, look at it, and your energy goes through it. And that's what you create, is that frequency and that vibration. You can do it. Now, it's like, is that good or bad, Kelly? That's like judging it. Instead of looking at, is it good or bad to take these symbols and push and pull and so forth? Because that's what you're doing, is pushing and pulling with these symbols. Instead of doing that, you look at this as, wait a minute, that's one specific frequency and vibration. And I'm pushing it. And there's so many. There's so many. When I isolate this one, it might make that tumor go away, let's say. I'm just making this up, by the way. I'm not claiming that these do that. I'm just making up a scenario. Like, that one makes the tumor go away. So then I don't heal emotionally, and I still go out with a bad attitude. And here is another tumor. Oh, well, let me do the symbol again and push and pull and get that tumor to go away. But we never heal emotionally, so tumors keep being created. I'm just making up this situation, by the way. Just making it up. So what I'm looking at, what if it's like, oh, it's time to do that focus thing. Oh no, I can't find the symbol anymore. Where did I put that symbol? Oh, it was on that computer that crashed. Oh crap. I can't get to that symbol now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now what is our relationship to that symbol? That symbol was merely a focusing technique for healing. That's it. That's all that symbol was, is you had a belief that it would work, so it was just a focusing technique. Isn't that beautiful? Is that beautiful? So check this out. You can go, oh, I see that these are a lot of experiences that can be had. And I wonder, looking at these, if when the avatar is in its healthy and healed state, if it looks like some of these. Perspective change. Do we worship these? Do we focus on these? Do we put energy in it? It like, I am so sad. And we focus that into one of these? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Check this out. All of these things that we see that are like symbols, they all come from something. So when we have buildings that are being created, and, you know, when I look at this, it didn't have glass in the first place. Like plasma can't go through glass. Plasma can't travel through glass. So when you take these old buildings, if ever there was energy coming out of them, I guess the glass blocks it. Oh, shit. Go do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. Go do your own research. Oh, shit. No wonder they put those glass and make it look really pretty and all that. Because these things were meant to be open. So, because it's all about plasma and stuff, you guys. Like, glass blocks plasma. Oh, shit. It makes perfect sense. Why they don't work anymore when you put glass in them. Fuck. Oh, you guys. It makes so much sense now. Ah, revelation. Does that make sense to you? Or have I just lost my mind? Okay, I might have lost my mind, but does that make sense? So, okay, something like a soap bubble in a washing machine on a spin cycle. Simple. It's right. It's right, Ken. Angela's like, LOL, kid. Hey, Shay. Yeah, it's going to sleep and out of it's going to sleep and out of body experience. Oh, that's a good question. Now, when I view Shay, when I view going to sleep and you manifesting, this is what I view. Okay, this is the whole big picture when you see it. So the whole big picture. Hold on, it's gonna take me a second to get there. Almost there. This. Okay. So when you're playing like Earth and everything and you dream, a dream to me, when I look at it, is merely another reality bubble, kind of like the ones that you see spitting out of the pupil of the eye. Look at all the multiple Earths or the multiple experiences that you have from the center going out. And it's just continually rotating from the center. And then it gets bigger and bigger. And then another one appears in the center and continues to go out and get bigger and bigger. And all the experiences that you have rotate around to the other side, to the black hole of the toroidal field, and get recycled, if you will. And then you just keep having one experience after the other. But you're having all these experiences at the same time. And it's easy for you to let go of the process. But when we look into the pyramid or look into the matrix, we still, when we dream, we let go of this reality and we access one of these consciousness bubbles. Is that okay to call it a consciousness bubble? Even if it's not the right word. It's okay. These are made out of plasma. And no matter, see how there's tiny bubbles and bigger bubbles and stuff like that? You guys, I saw that in the sky. Like that's what's going on like in the sky right now. And for the longest time, it's like reality is created in different ways. But in one capacity, you've got all of these bubbles all in the same place. And all the bubbles are touching. And every bubble is considered a pixel. So think of flat pixels on a TV screen or on your phone, things like that. And then you've got a pixel to create, let's say, 3 dimensions. It's only the illusion of 3 dimensions. You view it from one focal point, and then from that focal point, you look into all the other bubbles, that all have flat sides that are mostly six-sided. And then you see reality there. It's pixels creating reality, and you never move. You always stay in your own bubble. But you're able to interact with all the other bubbles. Gosh, I hope I'm explaining this properly. So, when you see light, and it's like, oh, it takes X amount of time for light to travel, that is not correct at all. Because you, in your own reality bubble of plasma, when you're viewing this collaboration with all the other bubbles of, oh, look, light is traveling. No, those very sophisticated pixels that are all bubbles, they're turning on and off in a very sophisticated way for it to appear. It's only an illusion of light traveling. Light doesn't travel. Light doesn't travel. You're in plasma. You guys are in fucking plasma. Isn't that good to know that light does not travel? It is purposefully created inside of a pixel. Am I using the proper words, you guys, to form a picture? Please let me know. I don't know sometimes if I'm explaining this properly. Yeah, good news day. Good news day. All of this, no matter what I explain to you, it's influenced by feelings and emotions create your reality. So whether you're looking at the bubbles here or you're looking inside the matrix, feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions are what create your reality no matter where you are. In those feelings and emotions, do we push and pull, or do we let go and allow? And when we let go and allow, we tend to let go of the mind. The matrix is the mind in multiple levels. The mind matrix in dimension number 1, mind matrix number 1, level 1. Level 2, level 3, I don't know if you're familiar with that one. The third dimension is just a mental construct. And what is the mind? It's a prison of sorts, if you let it be, if you forget who you are playing a game. You get caught up in it, in the mind, in mindfulness, clearing the mind, sorting the mind out, or letting the mind sort itself out. It's a step in the right direction. I'm going to let go of the mind and let it sort itself out. We're still holding on to the concept of the mind, but we're starting to let it go, allow, and process. And then it's like, wait a minute, what is this mind thing? Why am I only focused on Avatar Kelly? Let go of the concept of the mind, just easily programmed, because you only come in with one program. So this is where we are. This is where we find ourselves, and that's fantastic. Because from this place of finding that we're in one pyramid, we all have our own pyramid, if you want to think of it that way. We're all our own eyeballs, looking at our own pyramid. And each pyramid is like our own laptop. We're all playing this game together, but we're playing it. We got our laptop, our perspective, our pyramid. Here's the good news. When you take this pyramid and you put it inside of a cube, hold on, there we go. Okay, so you're making a pyramid. That's not at all what I'm showing you, but this is a picture of a cube where you can see the base of one of the pyramids is the top, and then the sides and all of that, where it makes 6 pyramids inside of this. So let's say there's 6 pyramids inside of a matrix grid. We're just playing around with numbers. May or may not be true. Let's think of it like this. And we're only looking at our one perspective, our one side, because from the center, it's being projected out to the side like a movie. Think of that as a screen that we're looking at, this movie, the experience that we're having. So how are you going to find your way out of this? Asking for a friend. How are you going to find your way out of this? You don't. Because we're overthinking the shit out of it by this point. Look at all the overthinking right there. No, let's try it from this perspective. No, from that perspective. Oh, my perspective's right. No, my perspective is right. And it's just you having an experience inside of a limited space. You having an experience, your spherical God bubble plasma skin, like the bubble's made out of plasma. Think about that. And so the plasma, it's like you take on shape and form, and you do all this bullshit stuff, and you're not the only one. Like there's 6 in here, let's say. And then you look at a grid system, which I don't know where the grid system is, you guys, to show you. Let me go to, I think it's under toroidal fields. This isn't perfect, but this is as close as I can get at the moment. Wait, was that it? No, this is not it. There we go. So think of this grid system. That's what it looks like from the inside. So you see all these squares on the inside. So all of these, cubes. All these cubes on the inside. Think of all of these cubes, every one of them having 6 pyramids inside of them. These are 6 different angles or angels, if you want to look at it that way. Angels. This is the matrix that we're inside of. I don't want to scare you. See how close it is to like the real thing? The matrix one is real close to it. But this is a more natural way that the toroidal field is spinning. It's spinning around like a tornado, and then it goes out on the sides. And see how if you create an iris from the center, how it would grow and go out, and then it would kind of fall apart around the outermost edges, and then come back in and be recycled back through. And in the very center, you've got a portal. You see it? In the center, you've got a portal. And out of that portal, just think of this as the eyes that we were just looking at. Out of that portal comes pure white light consciousness bubbles. Like you've got the white light already coming out. So as above, so below, it just keeps repeating. So every one of those bubbles is created by a toroidal field. Creates another God bubble, if you will, exact copy of the God bubble with specific instructions based on joy, happiness, prosperity, wealth, abundance, success, peace. And then all of those reality bubbles, the plasma bubbles, are influenced by these feelings and emotions and all of these different worlds. And I don't know, what would you call those guys? Those galaxies or universes or whatever. That's why you've got the concept in Men in Black of you've got this whole galaxy around Orion's belt. You know, like a cat. It was the size of a marble around a cat's neck. And it was like an entire galaxy or universe. So that's what these bubbles are. They can be anything and everything in all of creation, just like the God bubble, the original one. It's an exact copy. But again, whatever you choose in that is influenced by the feelings and the emotions. Is what creates everything. It's like, I'm programmed to be Earth. Okay, I'm going to create Earth with prosperity and abundance, and security, safety, and fulfillment. Doesn't that feel good? Woo. And this is how we create our realities. So when our realities get to this point, then this, where we start creating an I, that's more human-like, let's say, then we create the human and the human experience around it. You're viewing this from what's called a mind's eye. Here's your mind's eye. I got your mind's eye right here. So we create these in the Matrix. Remember, these are all Matrix characters. It's your mind's eye. The mind, did you hear that? The mind is the Matrix. So your mind's eye. You're looking at something. You're looking at this avatar. From what perspective are you looking at this avatar? I'm standing in front of the avatar looking at the avatar. My mind's eye. And in my imagination, that mind's eye, I can go behind that avatar and know what she looks like from behind. And to the side. And I can see the house over there to the side with my mind's eye. See, your mind's eye is all over the place. You guys that are waking up inside of this huge matrix, this huge mind, your mind's eye is all over the place. So to interact with a third dimension, you lock your mind's eye in place behind and above you at a 45-degree angle, up there looking down at the avatar. Your mind's eye, you get it under control, but still stuck in the matrix. Okay. Because anytime the word mind comes up, it's matrix. So that mind's eye and stuff I helped you guys with, because it did help to lock that mind's eye in place and to look down on the avatar. But then what are we doing? We're thinking that this illusion is real. We're identifying with the avatar, or identifying with this mind's eye. Yeah, Puppy agrees. Puppy agrees. Isn't that good to know? So at this point, we've got a mind's eye. So we're in the mind and we're playing a character. And the character is like, hey, I let go of a lot of shit and I'm mad. It's like, have you seen the dating apps these days? Fuck this guy. Fuck his car. I don't know. That's just today's version of what happened in that AI picture. So we've got the GATE program going. You did me wrong in school. You labeled me. Now I'm going to throw your Ferrari. That's why I created this. This is my fantasy when I get my angry fantasy of getting my abilities and like throwing people's cars. I shouldn't be telling you guys this. It's like, no, but I'm living vicariously through the AI pictures that I create. It feels better. So what is going on here? Are we in letting go and allowing mode? Or are we pushing and pulling and unhealed? That looks like a very unhealed thing to do. I just say, it's my opinion. That looks very unhealed. And part of me also wants her to like drop it real hard. But anyway. Isn't that so cool? So in this, we are looking from the perspective. Let's reverse this. We're looking down on the pyramid. Whoa. Now what? We're looking down on the pyramid. So we're seeing, if you will, reality created on the outside sides of the pyramid. And even though it doesn't look that way, think of those as triangles. The four sides of the pyramid. These are AI pictures, so they get really, really close. This one's easier to imagine, I guess. So think of this as again, looking down on what is being created. This is where you can alter creation. But why are we altering creation instead of standing back and observing it like this? That's kind of cool. Like, this is better than an Omni Theater. Wow, look what I can do. Whee! Look what I can do. And the cool thing is when we look at it like this, it's like, oh my gosh, I was playing Earth. And it was created this way with the pyramids. I'm oversimplifying the process, but I was doing that. Let me take a step back and look at this, taking a step back in it. Like, I created that to a place where it's like I created all of that. I did that. I did that. And the closer to where it was created, it was the most focused. And as it continued to go out in 4 directions, it became unfocused, blurry, and distorted. Isn't that cool? The puppy agrees. Puppy said that's cool in puppy language. Yeah, if you're going to be that way, I'm just going to make up the shit that you're saying. Say that you said it. Yeah. Take that. Yeah, I'm your human interpreter. Don't talk back. So once we get the pyramids going, and this type of concept going on, and the pyramids, now what can we create with this? We create time. The concept of time. One thing after the other. When we start to see from a different perspective that this is being created and going in 4 directions, man, it's easier to let go. You can still have all the experiences that you're looking at right there. You can still have all those experiences, but you're observing now. And when you observe, you go, "Oh my God, this is a video game. This is a video game." So time is created. And these concepts like north, south, east, and west, and division of 4. You'll see 4 all over the place. When you look at, I forgot what it was, what you might call it, when you've got that machinery, the mechanics that have the plasma disc with all the stars in it and everything, there's a character on there that has 4 heads. And then the Bible mentions, 4 heads and so forth. So yeah, in that there's 4 heads. So there's a division of 4 there. And then you've also got the pyramid divided into 4. The 4 triangles. So like a division of a whole. In other words, coming to planet Earth and only having one kind of experience with only one kind of pyramid. Does that make sense? Like if you're going to have like the cube, which think about that, the Borg starts to make sense, right? Because it's a fucking cube. You've got these black cubes, and not call them a cube, but they're cubes. Oh. So this pyramid would just be one of 6, if you will. Pyramids in a cube. So this is only one reality of many. Wow. Is that cool to know? Puppy's getting all like verbal over there. Yeah, I'm talking about you over there complaining. I don't like to feed her for another probably hour or so. Usually like right at the early afternoon. It tends to be a really good time for her to eat. She's down there. Can you hear her? Down there complaining. Do you want mommy hugs? Like, what's going on with you? Why are you so grumbly? Why are you so grumbly? You live a spoiled, rotten life. What could possibly be troubling you? You're spoiled rotten every day. Every day you're spoiled. You've got like the best view on the planet up here at the Rocky Mountains, you guys. Yeah, you've got the most beautiful view while you eat your lunch. Oh my God. Anyway, well, let you guys go. I hope this was helpful information. Manifesting. It's basically letting go of everything, allowing and healing. Because what are we trying to do? Push and pull in the third dimension? Because we're letting go of the third dimension. The third dimension is a mental construct. Is our goal the fifth dimension, which is another mental construct, which is the matrix? Are we letting go of these bodies, not thinking that everything goes away? But once you let go of these bodies, wherever you end up is your healed or unhealed state. You're never going to achieve what it is you're coming to achieve in this physical realm. You came here. This physical realm is the hardest that's out there to experience. And all these riches and so forth that you're thinking that this reality is going to give you. This is just what you came to let go of. When you let go of this reality, you just find yourself in another that is higher and better. Usually, if you find yourself in a mental construct, it is higher. But it doesn't matter if you're in the third dimension or any other dimension. You can let go of the concept of the mind. And no matter where you are in the hierarchy of the mind, you can let it go. And again, find yourself in the puppy. Hold on. Find yourself in the, hold on. There we go. In the eyeball. This is before you looked into the matrix. This is before you looked into the pyramid. Now, do we travel there? Do we push and pull to get there? No. Because what's coming out of the pupil of this? Pure white light consciousness. And that's not awareness. Awareness is that white light in the matrix. That you only have awareness in the matrix. This pure white light consciousness you've got to have in the first place before you can even have a pyramid. Or cubes. Or squares. Or anything like that. I hope this is helpful information, you guys. So, puppy's commanding attention. And probably you wanting like for us to go out there and like chase the orange ball around. Is that what was on your mind? To chase the orange ball? That's what I thought. All right, you guys, I love you. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you looking from another perspective. Because when you look from another perspective, if you're not looking from a place of judgment and criticism and fault and blame and guilt and shame, man, you learn so much about where you find yourself. Find yourself wherever you are, meet yourself there. And be compassionate in this process. Compassionate towards the avatar. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video.
Realm of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night. Exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies